Go woke, go broke? Maybe not. Turns out that a sizable chunk of American shoppers are changing their spending habits as a result of politics, specifically targeting outlets that have been cozying up with the Trump administration. Oops. Now, this is according to a poll exclusively shared with The Guardian, but a quarter of all shoppers have decided to stop shopping at their favorite stores as a result of their politics. Now, specifically in response to getting rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, and of course, not standing up uh, to protect the LGBTQ plus community. Now, in addition, 4 out of 10 Americans have reported shifting their spending over the last few months to align with their moral views, according to a Harris poll. Okay, shared with the Guardian. Now, 31% of Americans reported having no interest in supporting the economy this year. It's almost a third. Okay. A sentiment especially felt by younger Gen Z, 37%, Black, 41%, white, 28%, and Democratic consumers, 35% versus 29% of independents and 28% of Republicans. Hmm. Of that quarter of respondents that stopped shopping at certain stores, that broke down to Black people, 35%, Gen Z, 32%, and Democratic voters, 31%. So, fascinating. But there's more. More Democrats, about 50%, indicated that they were changing their spending habits compared with Republicans, 41%, and independents, 40. Democrats were also more likely to say that they stopped shopping at companies that have opposing political views to their own. 45% of Democrats indicated so, compared with 34% of Republicans. So here comes the anti woke backlash. Okay. Yes. Yes. Go anti woke. Go broke. Mm.
The wokers.
Wait, what?
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Now it turns out canceling the anti woke. Okay. Now, one example, by the way, is Target. Okay. Now, in January, Target announced that it was ending some of its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, including a program that actually helped the company carry more Black and minority owned brands in its stores, saying that it was trying to, quote, stay more in step with the evolving external landscape. So that is some nice corporate speak of I don't want to make Trump mad because he hates DEI, right? And so, oh look, we're gonna make the Chuds happy. We're gonna make King Chud happy by getting rid of diversity. Okay, now that of course got some backlash from Twin Cities Pride, which is the organization that runs the annual Pride Festival in Minneapolis, Minnesota. What does that matter? Well, that happens to be the headquarters of Target. Okay. Now, as a result of the company's announcement, they had dropped Target as a sponsor because, well, I mean, hey, consequences. Okay. You want to drop DEI? I'm going to drop you. Andy Otto, executive director of Twin Cities Pride, told Minneapolis Star Tribune in January that, quote, what is more important is that we send the message that that companies do the right thing. Now, look, I'm not a believer that companies are going to do the right thing because they're good moral. No, when companies do the right thing, it's always because of money, right? And it reflects the cultural trends. And so, for a while, being inclusive and pro LGBTQ was part of the cultural trend, and as such, it made them money to be more inclusive. But now there's been a right wing cultural backlash. Okay. And that's thanks in large part, I should say, to right wing media constantly amplifying BS stories and straight up lies about trans people, gay people, etc. Right. Now, as a result, though, these companies faced boycotts from the fringe right. They lost money. But now it looks like the pendulum swinging the other way, and they're getting pressure from the left. How much that will accomplish, I can't entirely say. But at the same time, I still think it's there's value in voting with your wallet. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, again, you're showing this company that you don't want to do business with them might make them reconsider. And one example that we could use to show that is a nationwide economic blackout. Okay, so now there happens to be a group called the People's Union USA that has been promoting this on February 28th. They said, hey, look, don't buy anything. Just don't do business. Okay. Send them a message by just not buying anything. All right. Um, and if you do have to buy something, then go to a small business. Don't support places like Target, Walmart, Amazon, etc. Right. In fact, the group wrote on its website, if we disrupt the economy for just one day, it sends a powerful message. The People's Union is not just about resisting corruption, it is about exposing it. For decades, corporations, politicians, and industries have worked together to rig the system against the American people. So, yeah, this time would be a good time. Now, Kevin Thompson, a finance expert and founder CEO of the 9i Capital Group, told Newsweek about this, quote, the retailer boycott and economic blackout are centered around major retailers like Walmart, Best Buy, and Target, which are perceived as aligning with the current administration's policies. The immediate financial impact of a single-day boycott is likely to be minimal, as consumers may compensate by purchasing more in the days before or after. However, the significance lies in the message rather than the actual financial loss. So, yes, not buying anything on that day does send a message. We're not interested. Okay, adjust course. All right. I don't know how effective that will be. I guess it really, if you want it to be effective, you got to have a lot of people that are involved. Okay. It has to be a lot. Okay. Now, that said, getting back to the Harris poll, right? It also found that a third of all Americans, about 36%, have been trying to just opt out of the economy, not get involved at all. Huh. So that's interesting. I don't know. Everything's too political. I can't make up my mind. I'm just going to opt out. Okay, well, sure, if that's what you want. But here's the thing, though. I'm actually in favor of that because it kind of shows our real power, okay? Our power as consumers is huge. And not only that, but also our power as laborers, okay? So that's the only real leverage we have on the political system is our labor and our money, okay? So, and I think that these companies will respond to the withholding of both. Because at the end of the day, they rely on us. And so if enough of us send a message, then hopefully we can start to make a change. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe with the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.